Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The little wheel is spinning. Happy Fairy Friday. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Margaret Sample coming to you here live from the beautiful Niagara region of Ontario in Canada. Looking out my window this morning, it is a gray and rainy day, but we need the rain so much. We've had to be watering our trees. The poor things are so stressed. Reminding me of how important water is in our lives. So make sure you're drinking some water today. I always like to say, if you are watching Fairy Friday, sometimes I see the comments live and sometimes I don't. Hey, I'm seeing one and it's my dear friend Darlene and dear Susan. Oh, this is great, guys. Hello, welcome, welcome. This means I'm probably going to see Anne Marie tuning in. It means, looks like I'm going to be seeing comments today. Yay. But sometimes you may comment and I may not see it, or it still may not come through, and then I go back later and go, how did I not see that? Anyway, so I love seeing your comments. I love the thumbs up and the hearts. I love and am touched by the personal messages you guys send me. So please keep them coming. And yes, please feel free to share. I've been asked, is it okay if I share this? Absolutely. Hey, Leah, and granddaughter Addie is here. Ooh, that's awesome. Almost every week, I bring you messages from the Fairy Kingdom using Brian Froud's beautiful Fairies Oracle deck. And if you are watching, whether you are watching live or on replay, it is because today's message is meant for you. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to shuffle the cards and see who comes this morning. Oh, wow, this one just slipped out so gently. The Singer of Connection. So the singers are what we might think of also as archangels, as divas, as other deities around the world. They're those high vibrating creatures that are so close to connecting to source, original vital source. And it's really neat. Yes, the painting behind me does look a lot like the singers. And no, it wasn't made. It was painted by a lovely woman, Gwen Cairns, who moved up north years ago, and I lost track of her. But it's amazing how it is so reminiscent of these singers. Anyway, so when the singers appear, when one of the singers appears, it's because there is like big magic going on around you and huge assistance from the fairy realm. The Singer of Connection is all about spiritual connection, karma, balance, and empathy. This singer supports all connections, the web of light and energy between all things, between all times, past, present, and future. This singer brings wholeness, unifying all that is, was, or could be. Whenever we lose awareness of this connection in our lives, that's when we start to feel isolated, lonely, and bereft. It's like the song is still there, but we're not open to it. We can't hear it. We can't connect. So, for example, when we're feeling down and we're looking at the night sky and seeing the stars, we may feel lonely, abandoned, and sad. But when we're feeling connected, you can almost feel the connections from your heart or your belly button to the trees, to the loon on the lake, to the stars above. We're all interconnected, and the Singer of Connection helps us to be in touch with that. Good morning, Sue. Hello, hello, hello. So some emotions help us to be open. right? When we are feeling love, when we're feeling compassion, when we're feeling trust, those joyful emotions, then it's so much easier to be connected. You know, you're walking down the street and it's easy to smile at everybody, and you're seeing that little God spark in every person you connect with or walk by. That's when it's easy. Sometimes there are emotions that make it really hard to be open to the song of connection, the song of ecstasis, right? It's like those are like anger, fear, jealousy, grief, all of those tough emotions. Now, the best thing to do when we're having those emotions is to try and keep our heart open to love and joy and all that stuff. But sometimes those tough or challenging emotions will take us right to the brink, and we may break down. What's wonderful about when we break down is that it can lead us to break through. And if you are feeling broken down right now, revision it and see it as, okay, I have the opportunity for breakthrough. And breakthrough to what you're saying? Okay, breakthrough to the song of ecstasis, which is that universal song of energy and power that fills the universe with ecstasy and joy and rapture and motivation and all those wonderful things. Getting there through breakthrough is tough. And sometimes it's risky because sometimes we break down and we just stay broken. It's really hard sometimes to pull yourself back together and rebuild. So it's really easier, not simpler, but easier to work at keeping our hearts open even when those challenging emotions and circumstances arise. Okay, so to stay open, to stay earthed, centered, and connected to the song. Now, Jessica Macbeth, who has written the companion book to the Fairies Oracle, she talks about being in meditation one time and this singer telling her to let go of her defenses. And she said, well, come on, in this world, we need our defenses to survive. And the singer of connection replied to her, it's only by letting go of all your defenses that you truly become invulnerable. These Zen teachings that we get sometimes. Very recently, I was talking with one of the members of my Spirited Insight Hive, and we were talking about, she's a really strong woman, and doesn't like to show any kind of weakness or ask for any help, as so many of us are like that, right? And I said something along the lines of, but it takes real strength to admit to weakness. It takes real strength to admit to vulnerability, and I think that rang true for her, and it certainly does ring true for me. And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to let our defenses down and really connect. But it's something that is important. And if you want to do that, ask for help. And you will get it. You'll get it, especially now and especially from this singer. Okay? If you think about the really good actors, right? What do? They peel away stuff, and they are vulnerable. And that's when we really, or with a musician, that's when we really connect, when we feel the power of their authentic soul inside. Any kind of art, it's when we feel the vulnerability, because we sense each other's vulnerability, right? And we, in our best selves, when we sense vulnerability, we connect with it and we support. Okay? So that's, now, if you aren't feeling very connected right now, ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself, am I earthed? Am I centered? What do I need to do to be more aware of my connection and enhance my connection? with my mind, my body, and my spirit to the universe and the world around me? Asking those questions is really good. Sue says Singer must have been in her company last night. Yes, quite probably. And Kathy, good morning to Kathy. So, so, and so what are some suggestions for how to do that? If you're asking yourself those questions and you're like, oh, don't feel really earthed, don't feel really centered. So with fairies, the big suggestion is always the big directive: get outside. They're elementals. They're a part of nature, right? Even the singers connect through nature. To earth yourself. So standing barefoot on ground, not concrete if you can avoid it. If you can find some grass or some clover or some dirt, some sand, sand, earth, right? Connect. Just stand there for 5 minutes and feel the connection through the soles of your feet to Mother Earth. Feel your tail, okay? You know, fairies all have tails. Can't always see them. Same as they all have wings, we can't always see them. So do we humans. They're in our energy fields, okay? Because we've evolved different ways, but and we have potential, right? So if you can imagine your spine into your tailbone and then extend that in your imagination. Extend that tailbone so you've got your tail growing down and connecting to the ground and into the earth. That's a beautiful imagination, visualization. You can also visualize yourself as a tree. It's one of my favorite grounding exercises and meditations. And that you are the tree, your body is the trunk, your arms and growing out of your head are the branches and the leaves, and growing out of your feet into the earth are the roots that go down and really connect with the center of the earth, okay? Those are a couple of examples. You can also go out and look at the stars to feel connected. You can also get into the water and feel connected. You can also sing. It's singing. It's amazing, and it doesn't matter. I'm hearing in my head, don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. I must have Anne Murray on the mind. I came across a version of We Rise Again yesterday on YouTube, or the day before, and posted it, and it's Anne Murray and all these amazing singers from the 80s, like Rita McNeil, the Rankin Family, Men of the Deep, other people, like all singing on this cliff in Cape Breton. So it's on my personal page. I will post that link on this page, my Psychic Medium page, so that you can sing along with it. They sing the chorus a lot of times. You're going to know the words. And it's just that connection. You really, it's amazing. You will feel connected. I promise you. It's so cool. So this singer is urging you to make connections and to reconnect with those that have been broken, connections that have been broken. Now, I'm not talking about toxic connections. If you have cut ties with toxic people, I am definitely not saying reconnect with them. No. Okay? But connections that have been broken through circumstance or time or, whatever, COVID, maybe look at reconnecting there. Connecting with things you love, connecting with things that bring you joy. Okay, those are important connections to reconnect. I always say, what was it you used to love doing when you were a kid? Reconnect with that. This singer coming, it's all about unifying and reunifying. Be aware of the connections that are around you right now, and the connections between all the different circumstances in your life and all the different people that are linked with them. It's a web. It's such a web. And be aware of it, and be aware of being light within it. Don't let any yucky connections pull you down. Those ones you are allowed to cut. Okay? But look for your network, your network of support. Where is your network of mutual support? Do you have one? Did you have one? Can you connect in with one? Okay, it may be time to reach out and establish or reestablish those connections. The presence of this singer indicates there is support and strength flowing through the connections between you and all involved in your current situation and what's going on around you, and to please ask her for help, because she is here for us. And she came in so simply and sweetly. Sometimes the cards really jump out of the deck. She just kind of slid out. So it's gentle. Be gentle. And Marie says, past family. If past family is there's love, but you just haven't managed to connect. I have some cousins who I love and like dearly, but we haven't connected in quite a while. I am taking this as a little gentle nudge to reconnect with them. But if there are people in your past, whether it's family or not family, that are not good for you, there's a few people like that in my life that I have cut ties with. I am not reestablishing those ties. So if you have family that you have disconnected with because of toxicity, do not reconnect. I mean, you'll know your own circumstance, but what I am suggesting is to connect with people whom you love and who help you grow and bring. And Sue says, even during Mercury retrograde, I've been doing inner work right now, because Mercury retrograde can make connections and things go wonky. So that is a really, really good question. Well, so she's coming forward. So that would mean there is help and support in it. But if you're not ready to do it, I would make sure that you yourself are centered first, okay, and connected and grounded and earthed and all those good things. So yourself right now, if you feel like you really want to connect out with someone, and it seems easy, allow that. But it may just be that letters go astray or email goes astray right now, so, or phone calls are misinterpreted. So maybe just wait out Mercury retrograde and work on yourself. But retrograde is a time for re-examining, right? So it kind of re-examine those connections that you have lost or let go of, and see if you want them back, because it could be that you may like or enjoy those people, but you don't need them back in your life, and that's okay. It's really, Singer of Connection to me is about being connected from your heart and your solar plexus to all the different energies of the universe, and recognizing that you are a part of the whole, not like a little not a little rock or a little island, right? So now I'm hearing, I am a rock. No, you don't need to be a rock or an island that never cries. You are a person who will do better honoring the connections. Okay, I think that's it for this week. Please check out my website, www.margaretsample.com, if you are interested in finding out about the Spirited Insight Hive, or if you are interested in booking an email reading. I'm currently not able to take any bookings for in-person live readings, as I got too far booked ahead, and I've got some other exciting personal work that I'm doing. So that'll reestablish in probably September. I'll be able to start. I do have a cancellation list that you can put your name on, but email ones are still happening, and the hive is still happening. So enjoy this day. I hope whatever the weather is, wherever you are, you can find the beauty in it. And I wish you love and joy and song and connection. Okay. Bye for now. Happy Fairy Friday!